Shalom, Yasharala. This is your brother Dawud Dow from GMS Tampa Bay 07, coming at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Waharakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. A salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth with sincerity in the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions. All right, we're going to get into this here quick lesson. This is just a quick hitter, right quick. Just a couple scriptures to pull out. Showing what we're gonna have in the kingdom of heaven, you know. In the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have slaves in the kingdom of heaven, all right. And so, on this here side, you shouldn't worry about certain things as far as a real man of the Lord understands, how fucked up the society we in, as far as the women, that we would have to choose to be with and things like that. Their minds are so far gone. It's basically not even for the uses of them is just gone, It's like you got a pickup truck, and you need a pickup truck to haul shit around in, but the pickup truck is missing the bed. So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of having a pickup truck. You see what I'm saying? So, not just with women, but as far as, building and certain things in life, you need like your kids in order, servitudes and things like that. You realize certain things, as a growing man and a man of the Lord, you realize certain things, how much help you need, If you have a certain type of mindset, you will be the brains of everything. You need people to control certain things, You need, like they have businesses today. You have the boss, the brains, or whoever it is, and he has his managers, supervisors. He has these people that he delegate tasks out to, and then they come back with the work, more or less to say, And, the men of the Lord is supposed to be like this, we're supposed to be kings and priests, we have people up under us, and, just certain things in my life, make me look at a lot of these things like that. And it's, for one, it's vexation, the fact that we goddamn servants, man. Like, that's just a hard thing to fathom once you understand that you an Israelite, man. You a fucking servant. Like, how, like, that don't even, compare. That's like saying the Most High got to answer to somebody. Like, wait a minute, but if he the creator and he is the highest, why does he got to go answer? That don't make no sense. That's the same thing it is with us being the servants, We ain't supposed to be in no condition like this. And the fact that that these base-ass Edomites is over top of you and they can't lead their damn way out of goddamn wet plastic or wet paper bag, they couldn't lead their way in a straight line, let alone they over top of you, But, the scriptures say, we're going to get into it, but you're going to have slaves in the kingdom, And this is one of the things you should have in your mind. You should have a king-like mentality, What is a king without no servants, You just a nigga who talking shit, really, And a king, he got servants. Not only do he have servants, them servants make up what? A kingdom. You have dominion over your servants and then the area and stuff that you occupy and all the things that come from up under that, the resources, the trade, the agriculture, the building, and all those things that come off of those things, We're supposed to have slaves and servants, in which we're going to get those into the kingdom, A lot of our people are small-minded. They want a job. The fuck you want a job for, man? And I tell people all the time, as long as you, working for somebody else, you building up their dream. You slaving for them. What can you do? At my job, I'm a part of a team that make billions of, we make about $1.2 billion a year for our company, all right? And there's not that many of us. It's about like 50 of us now, We make like $1.2 billion for our goddamn company, and I can't even make my own self nowhere near 100,000, not even nowhere near half 100,000. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, but for all the work that we doing, shit, like, you know what I'm saying? That puts me back into my mindset. But this nigga got slaves to do all this work for him. That's the difference between me and him. I'm his slave, and I'm over here making him money while he's sitting back counting his cheese. That's a real king. That's real power. He the one tell me what time I got to come to work and when I can leave and shit like that, and I can't say shit about it, But our people want to be happy over a goddamn job they got, Or I call it the LeBron James effect. Our people want to be LeBron James. They don't realize it's a nigga that's paying him. You see what I'm saying? LeBron James, he got a boss. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking at the owner of the team who paying him. You know what I'm saying? You should want to be the owner of the team, have you so-called servants to go out there, entertain folk, and make you money. You don't want to be the entertainer. You see what I mean? Our people have a low standard. You see what I'm saying? That's why the Most High said, I'm going to set up a standard for them. These are the standards. You're going to be kings and priests. You're going to have slaves. And this is part of the things we have to tell our people to get them into the right mindset, and then also let these heathen know what they future gonna be, because they the ones gonna be our slaves. All right. So we're gonna just jump right into the scriptures. I didn't talk for way too long, but nevertheless, this is the book of Psalms, the second book of Psalms, or the second Psalms. This is Psalms 2 and 1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" Yeah, see, they go. I'm in the parking lot right now, but there go Esau, or the police, his slave patrol. See, they riding around watching the dominion over their shit right now. You see what I mean? That's what they got going on, But, we ain't got nothing like that right now. But soon in the kingdom, we going to have it like that, But nevertheless, this is Psalms 2 and 1. "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" Yeah, these heathen is raging and like who going to be next to rule over who? Who going to, whether the Chinese going to take over when the Americans fall and this and that. Who going to reign next, And the people imagine a vain thing. What do they imagine vain? They're going to be next in line, all right? Because the damn Israelites, the Israelites is going to be, they're going to have an everlasting kingdom, all right? It says, "The kings of the earth have set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointing, saying," okay, so these are these other nations, basically saying that they ain't going that they're going to rule, they're going to have next in line. Verse 3, "Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us." Okay, basically, the Israelites is coming together, right? And we forming a nation again, all right? Ezekiel 37, what is that? Ezekiel, Ezekiel 37, with the valley of the dry bones. And then there was and I saw an exceedingly great army, all right? That's that army that's coming to take down the Edomites, and they rule right now, all right? And then this is going to be the new kingdom to be set up. But see, these heathen is imagining the same thing, all right? They're going to rule next. And they saying, verse 3, "Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us." Okay? Verse 4, this is the Most High's reply. "He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision." Okay? The Most High, like, hey, this is why y'all imagining this vain thing. You gonna fight against me and win? You gonna do what? You know what I mean? Then shall he, verse 5, "Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure." All right? And basically, he gonna let them know who gonna rule next when he come down with that judgment. Verse 6, "Yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare," basically saying, he says, let me read it again. "I have set my king upon the holy hill of Zion." The Most High set his king up, and that king is going to be the king over the whole world. Okay, that king being Yahushua, all right? Meaning, this is going back up to the top, while the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing, that they're going to be on top next. But really, Yahushua going to be on top next, all right? Verse 7, I will declare the decree. Yahweh hath said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Okay? So, I don't really know how to break that down other than just verbatim. It says, ask of me. Okay? If you ask me, I'm going to give you this. Okay? It says, ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen. Okay? The heathen, we talking about people. Okay? If you ask me, I'm going to give you these people for thine inheritance. You're going to inherit these people. Okay? What are you going to do with these people when you inherit them? Just like Esau inherited us, what did he do to us? He made us build up this nation, and he's still keeping us in the captivity unto this very day. All right? Verse 8, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Meaning this whole planet, every single centimeter, inch, every crack and crevice of this whole planet, every grain of sand, every grain of dust, every square foot of inch of air and pressure is going to be ours to have dominion over. And everything that falls beneath that is going to be in subjection unto us, even the people. All right? Verse 9. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Just like Esau did to us, man. We're going to run through these goddamn heathen, man. They're going to be our inheritance. So if we want to have, you have target practice with those little cutout cardboards. You see how they go have the shooting range. They have these little black figures of these little person's figures, and they target practicing with that, right? Well, in the kingdom, if that's what we want to do and have target practice with real Edomites, they are inheritance. We can do whatever we want to do with them. It's like back in the day, I believe it was King David used to roll the Edomites down the mountains and paint the mountains red with their ass. You see what I'm saying? And hey, for entertainment purposes, why not? They my inheritance. I can do what the fuck I please with their ass. Just like these goddamn Edomites used to feed us in the gator bait, you know, or to alligators for gator bait, and you know that little game at the damn fair where you throw the ball and hit the clown off the thing and dunk him in the tank. Yeah, they used to do that to Jake, you know. They used to make fun of us, so we gonna, hey, shit, we get to do whatever we want to do with their ass, you know. It says, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. Okay? You know, hey, fear the Lord. Hey, man, serve the Lord. Do what he tell you to do, you know. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry and you perish from the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are they that put their trust in him. Basically, come back unto this deal, you know, unless you piss off Yahweh, you know. Because, hey, man, he going to be the King of Kings and he ain't coming back with nothing nice, you know. He telling the Most High Son, like, ask me and I'll give thee the heathen for thy possession, you know. And you're going to break them in pieces with a rod of iron. So, I mean, like, literally, if you just want to go through and just, you know, like real-life gladiators, like they used to do us, feed us to the lions, that's what you're going to be able to do. The scriptures say, pay unto her double. Render unto her double. All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1 and 2. Okay, let me get to it. It says, Isaiah 14, verse 1, it says, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob. All right? So Jacob ain't going to always be out like we out right now. He's going to have mercy on Israel. And will yet choose Israel and will set them in their own land. Okay? Now, see, these motherfucking people over in Israel, they think that the prophecy is being fulfilled by, you know, them being over in the land of Israel. This is what so-called makes them the Israelites or the people of the book, you know. But it don't, because we'll read the rest of them, you know. The rest of it says, for Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Now the strangers is going to be these basically, let me be careful how I word this. They Israelites who, you know, more or less either A, don't look like Israelites, confusion of faces, you know, whether he look like a goddamn Chinese man and he really is an Israelite, okay? You're going to be seeing things like that, but like, wait a minute, he looks like a Moabite. But these are the confusion of faces, all right? And then you're going to also have how do you say, like if you was to have a Chinese woman come over to America, okay, she lose all her customs, you call her an Americanized woman. You're not saying she's an American, you're just saying she got the customs of America. It's like our people when we say they Gentiles, all right? The Israelites who just still being unto them. They're going to finally cleave into the house of Jacob. Meaning they're going to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, basically. So they're not going to be no longer Gentiles no more. They're going to be Israelites who are like, oh, we get it now. You see what I'm saying? It says, verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. Okay, now, and the people that is talking about is the Israelites, and the people shall take them, and the them they talking about, okay, is these other nations, mainly Esau, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them, okay, like he said, ask me and I'll give thee the heathen for thy inheritance. We're talking about possessing human beings, all right? We're talking about the possession of people's souls. We about to take these heathen into captivity, all right? Revelation 13, 9 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, all right? It says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Okay? I had to read that slow, so it ain't no leeway around that. It ain't no breaking that down either. That's verbatim. Well, the way to break it down is like this. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Okay, who is Israel being oppressed by? Israel is being oppressed by the Edomites. Let's translate that till today's terms. Who is the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans being oppressed by and got taken into captivity by? The so-called white man. So therefore, he that leadeth into captivity, the so-called white man, led us into captivity, and he's oppressing us, is going to go into captivity, and is going to also be a captive of he whose captives they were. Okay? So these so-called white people, these Edomites, is going into slavery, all right? You're going to have them, and you're going to be able to bash them into pieces, and render them unto you. Hey, man, you're going to be able to feed them to the gators, the lions, all kind of shit, man. It says, and shit, you're going to be Edomite scalping these motherfuckers, man, like they were so-called Indian scalping. Hey, man, you're going to be over there cutting the scalps off and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's some defiled-ass nasty shit. We might have something similar to that, but you know what I mean? But look, man, hey, we got some Edomite fucking skin or some shit. You know, the scriptures say paying unto them double. That's the wicked shit that they did, you know. But also in the scriptures, we ain't supposed to be touching no defiled ass shit like that. So, you know, really, an Edomite is defiled whether he living or if he dead, you know. But nevertheless, you know, that's just me speaking as a man. It says, again, it says at the end of verse 2, it says, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass that in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest and sorrow from thy fear and from thy hard bondage when thou was in hard bondage were when thou was made to serve. See, this is going to happen when the Most High is starting to take us away from our hard bondage, starting to give us this little bit of rest, all right? And you starting to see this time come up now. Esau's going down, we coming up, all right? It says, and thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how is the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? Just to give you a timeline of when this is happening. This is right now. You've seen the Israelites on the highways and the byways saying, look, we're going back to the law, statutes, commandments. You know, we're coming up out of that captivity. Esau, you going down. This is the end of your reign, you know. And we're about to inherit these slaves, all right? Most I say, hey, look, basically, ask of me. Look, just ask me. I already want to give it to you. Just ask me, and I'm going to give you these heathen. These goddamn reprobate-ass heathen, these low-level-ass Edomites finna be your slaves, man. Still in the book of Isaiah. This Isaiah chapter 49, verse 22. Says, thus saith Yahweh power, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles, and will set my standard to the people. And they shall bring thy sons in their arms, and their daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders. Okay? Because we scattered throughout the whole four corners of the earth. All right? They're about to start bringing us back. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and queens thy nursing mothers. Okay? So, like, you know, for a real example, my grandmother right now, to this same very day, ever since she was young, still worked for the same goddamn Edomite family she was raising the lady who is now is a grandmama now. She was raising her from when she was somebody's daughter, and raised that woman till she got older. Then she had kids, raised her kids, and raised her grandkids. See, my grandmother was a nurse and mother unto these goddamn Edomites, and she still is. But it's going to be vice versa, you know? Those times, like, some of you grandmothers, you probably still do this, where they go and clean white folk house and take care of their babies and shit like that, go and cook for them and shit like that, man. You know, it's still modern day slavery go on to this same very day, man. My grandmother does it to this exact same day today, you know. And the goddamn Edomites she has, these Edomites, my grandma needed a new car. These Edomites will go and buy a brand new car, right? And they'll go put a couple 100 miles on it, and then they'll sell it to my grandma just so she don't have no brand new car. What kind of bullshit is that? Oh, she can't have a brand new car. We'll have to go buy one and put some miles on it and give her some secondhand shit. What kind of shit is that? And the kingdom is going to be vice versa. These goddamn Edomites is going to be, you know, feeding our babies and raising up our kids and clothing us, feeding us, and being our servants and shit like that. You know, cleaning our palaces and our chariots. You know. It says, verse 23, and the king shall be thy nursing fathers, and the queens thy nursing mothers, and they shall bow down to thee with their faces towards the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh. For they shall not be ashamed that wait for me. All right? So basically, these goddamn Edomites and the rest of these nations are going to be bowing down and licking the dust from our feet. All right? Two more scriptures and I'm going to close out. This is, it was right there, Isaiah 45 and 14. It says, Thus saith Yahweh, the labor of Egypt and the merchandise of Ethiopia and of the Sabians, men of stature, shall come over to thee, and they shall be thine. Okay, more possession, more people. They shall come after thee, and chains they shall come over. They shall fall down unto thee. They shall make supplication unto thee, saying, Surely is Yahweh in thee, and there is none else, and there is no power. Okay, basically saying like, yo, y'all got it, and they're gonna come over to us, given, willing to work. You know, they're gonna be in these chains in the subjection. All right. Last scripture we're going to grab, and we're going to close out with this one. This is Psalms 149, start at verse 4. It says, verse 4, for Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people, okay, the Israelites. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth as a two-edged sword in their hand. All right? That's what we're doing now. To do what? To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people. Okay? We're going to cast out judgment. To do what? To bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. To execute judgment to execute the judgment written. This honor have all his saints, praise ye Yahweh. So all the saints, all the elect, they're going to be chaining up these Rothschilds and these elites and your bosses and all these fucking heathens and these Edomites, man. You're going to be putting them in slavery. This is what the kingdom of heaven going to be like. All right? Lord, when this lesson was edifying, I'm going to go ahead and close out and say, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth. Stay strong. Shalom.